Here we go. We are talking today. I'm really excited about this topic, how to turn video views into customers. This is really key as entrepreneurs, as businesses, as we are embarking in our marketing efforts. We want to make sure our stuff is working. So I'm really excited about this particular topic. So let's jump right in. The first thing I wanted to bring to light, is anybody familiar with the Netflix blockbuster story? It's really intriguing to me. So Reed Hastings, who's the founder of Netflix, he flew into Dallas to propose a partnership with Blockbuster, and the arrangement was supposed to be that Netflix would run their brand online, and that Blockbuster would, of course, promote Netflix in the stores. Like that was supposed to be the proposed arrangement. Would you believe that Reed Hastings got laughed out of the room, right? And clearly we know what happened next. It didn't take very long for over time for Netflix to have, taken the stage. And now Blockbuster, of course, went bankrupt, and Netflix is now a $28 billion company. Can you believe that? Now, this is a prime example for what I consider the concept of early adopters, right? When it comes to video and new technologies, new things that are coming about, there's a bit of hesitancy for people to jump onto something early, especially if it's a new idea. As you guys can see, Blockbuster had missed that boat. And when it comes to video marketing, what I see is that same trend. Some people are jumping in, whereas some people are like, okay, I'll wait and see what happens, and then they kind of miss the boat. So again, this is a prime example for the early adopters theorem, and I'm going to actually show this to you guys as well. Let's see. So this is the model of the fusion of innovations. Like that's the technical description for this model. But this is a theory that explains how, why, and at what rate new ideas and technology is spread and implemented, right? So if you guys can see, it starts off on the very left where we have innovators. These are people who they're the ones who are just gung-ho right from the start. They're really enthusiastic about the technology, and they jump in right away. Then you have early adopters, which we call visionaries. These are people that see it. They're a little bit, of course, more hesitant to get on than the innovators, but they jump in before the early majority. And these people who are early adopters typically ride the wave. So if you guys have noticed, when new social media comes about, the people who jump on early are the ones that when everybody else jumps on board, you look at their profile or look at what they have going on, and they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers or what have you. So that would define the early adopters, right? Then there's the early majority, which this is where everybody jumps in when it's more so comfortable. So if you remember back when, let's see, for example, with websites, right? When businesses first got going, if you go back to the times of AOL, right? There was, to have a website was not mandatory. You guys remember that? It wasn't even completely mandatory. So now everything has transitioned over to where now if you don't have a website, you're actually considered like on the late majority, if not on the skeptics or laggard side, because you just straight up don't believe in it. But clearly, for people who get to that side of the spectrum, you're missing a huge opportunity. So I believe right now, when it comes to video marketing, we are between the early adopter / early majority phase. So it's hugely important that we are aware of the trend. So this is a trend that, just the same way websites were considered to be not so much mandatory, now it is. So the same thing and the same trend is going to happen with video. So this is where we are now, and with this in mind, if you guys don't remember anything else from what we shared here today in the webinar, I want to encourage you guys to commit to creating videos. Commit to it. And not just one video, because the truth is that same video is not going to work for all of your needs. So I know I'm giving that a bit early to you guys, but if you don't remember anything else, just remember video is something that you want to jump in and jump on now. And just to remember that it's going to take multiple videos, right? So we're going to explain and go into all of that a little bit deeper. So if you guys are still with me, just give me a yes in the chat. And also, I'm going to ask this question as well. How many of you guys have actually worked with video before? How many of you guys have actually worked with video before? I know some people that are here have actually worked with us, which is great. Awesome, awesome. Very good. Yep, Mumby, hey, welcome. Yeah, so you guys have worked with video before. I know that there's some people that are new, that's new to it, and some that are not as much. But again, if you don't remember anything else, definitely commit to creating videos and doing it on a consistent basis. Be an early adopter. Jump in now before you lose your place, right? So let's go on to the next thing. You are in the right place today. I'm really excited again about this webinar because I get questions about these things all the time, and so we want to, as the year progresses, to do more and more of these types of webinars and training, so that way, we're providing value to you guys. So you're in the right place, you guys, if you're new to using video in your marketing. I know some people here have used before, some people have not. If you are new, this is the right place for you because we find a lot of people are really overwhelmed and they're not sure where to actually get started. So if you're new, you're in the right place, right? Again, you're not sure where to start. You're looking for fresh ideas of how to boost your awareness online, right? If you're in business, this is something that's really key. You're looking for how can we do something different but effective, you know what I mean? So if you're looking for fresh ways on how to boost your awareness online, you're in the right place. There are a lot of marketing channels and so many different methods that are out there that can get overwhelming. So if you're also overwhelmed, this is the right place. We're going to talk about a simplified way of understanding specifically how video can work. And lastly, if you have content, right, you have videos out there, but you need sales, I'm pretty sure you guys can agree with me. It's great to have content all day and to do the social media work and to do what it takes, right? But at the end of the day, for the business to stay afloat, we need sales, we need business. So if you're interested in those things, you are in the right place. If you guys can agree with any of those, you're in the right place. If you guys are with me, just give me a yes in the chat box here. Let me know that you are still with me, especially on the sales piece. How many of you guys are like, yes, you are absolutely on it. We need more sales. To have a pretty video is not enough. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, you definitely want to have content, of course, but we need sales on the other end. So if you're in the right place. So let me give you guys a quick reality check, right? Let's get real for a second. Generating views on videos isn't even enough, right? It's one thing if you don't have video, but if you do have video and it's generating views, that's not enough, right? Because your viewers need to become customers. If you agree with me, type yes in the chat. This is why I'm doing this, right? Because over time, we worked with a number of different companies and produced video, and at the end of the day, our videos need to be so effective, right? They need to be bringing in customers. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, and this is why I'm doing this. So as we get into this, let me introduce myself for those that we may not have met originally. My name is Parshell Houghton. I am CEO and founder of Fresh Level Productions, and we are a video marketing agency. We're based in Philadelphia as well as in Virginia Beach. And as you guys can see here, some pictures. So up here in the top right, I actually used to be a high school math teacher, right? So apparently somebody who was in class was not paying attention, or maybe it was a free day, I don't know, and they decided to draw this for me. But yeah, I went from being an educator to being a business owner, and it's a really interesting journey just because I knew that there was more that I wanted to contribute. There was a lot that was inside me, I guess you could say, as related to being around, in the education space, but then also using media, graphics, the fun stuff. And it was fun to me. So I always had an interest in that. And, I was able to take this leap from teaching high school math to becoming a business owner. So you see some other photos here. The one here at the bottom right is me with the walkie-talkie. I was calling up some trucks because we were filming on site at a trucking logistics company. And so I was on the walk-talk kind of directing stuff, so that was a lot of fun. And then you guys can see me on the left-hand side as well. This was me speaking at an event in New Jersey. So I have a lot of fun getting to do what I do. And as well, so Fresh Level Productions, like I mentioned, is our company. Here are some of the other companies that we've worked with. We've worked with hundreds of clients, actually, helping them to tell their stories, promote their brands, and helping to increase their revenues and allowing them to see growth within their companies or organizations. So it's really been a blessing when I just look over how we started and how we got to where we are. And a lot of the things that we're going to share with you today are essentially how our company has also evolved, some things that we've done that have worked for our clients as well as for ourselves. So let's keep moving along. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to jump into the chat. All right, so our agenda today, just so we can stay on point. So we're going to talk about the importance of video in the sales process. Since this, the topic itself, we're talking about how the videos can generate customers for us. We're going to be talking about the sales process quite a bit, and you guys will see how video is really important in that sales process. We're also going to go into, as throughout the webinar here, what most businesses are missing in this process, right? We're also going to have some fun with some numbers. So I'm going to show you guys a really, really interesting formula that helps us to make sure that we get our investment back in what we spend in video, right? Because like we said, we want customers out of our videos when they see them. But this formula is actually going to give you guys an idea of how many clients do I need to get, how many sales do I need to get as a result of this video in order to make my investment back, right? How many guys are interested in that? That's going to be really, really key, as well as you guys consider video marketing. Of course, we're going to delve into the top 3 ways to turn your video views into paying customers. There's 3 steps, 3 ways I'm going to show you guys today. And lastly, throughout, we'll have some examples of some video campaigns that we've done, so that way you guys can kind of get a glimpse into those as well. At the very end, we'll have a portion for question and answer. And if you guys stick around, make sure you stick around. You're definitely going to want to hang out. I'm going to show you guys how to get a hold of a bonus gift that's just for you guys hanging out with me today. So I'm really excited. And again, feel free to use the chat box if you have questions. But just let me know if you're with me. Just type yes in the chat. Let's keep moving. I'm really excited about this. All right. Yes. Awesome. All right. I want to present to you guys what's called the sales triangle. The sales triangle. This is really important in the sales process, right? Because here, I'll just show you guys. So if we take a triangle, all right, this top 3% here, all right, imagine the triangle here is made up of all of your prospects, right? 3% at the very top, only 3% are ready to buy right now. They're ready to go, they're fired up. 3% of your audience, right, of your prospects, they're ready to buy, right? And a lot of times we spend and focus most of our time at this 3%, okay? The next is 7%. These are the people who are definitely interested. They know that you have the answer to their problem, right? And they're going to buy soon. They're not ready today, but they are definitely going to buy, right? So this is the 7% that, they're kind of hanging out. Then here we have 30%. These people aren't thinking about it, right? It doesn't mean that they don't have a need. It doesn't mean that they don't need what you have. They're just not thinking about it, right? Maybe they could come on board. Maybe they need your help, but they're just not thinking about it at this present time, right? This next 30%, now they believe that they're not interested. So in other words, they don't know yet that they have a need, right? So they just happen to believe that they're not interested. But of course, you guys can agree, if you can reveal their pain and show them how you can help them, then they will definitely be interested and it'll move up further to that 7 or 3%. And then the last 30%, these are the people that are not interested in what you have to offer at all, right? They're not interested in what you have to offer at all. So these individuals, You know, we don't, of course, want to focus too much on them, right? Because they're not interested at all. Even if you told them, hey, I got something for you, they're like, no, not at all. Like, cold, flat out, no. Right? So what we identify here is that that middle section, right, the 7, the 30, and the 30 make up 67% of your audience, or of your prospects, I should say. And the great thing about this 67% is these are the people that they're still warm. There's still potential that they can be a client, right? They're just not ready to buy now. And a lot of people, like I said, focus just on that 3% when there's 67% of people who could potentially be moved up to that 3%, right? And this is where video content comes into play, right? Because if somebody's thinking about it, maybe they just have questions, right? Maybe they need more information, and they can find that information through, you know, through your content, especially through video because it's so engaging, and they can be moved up to that 3%. So hopefully you guys can see that. Hey, Yana's with us today. Thanks for joining. So as you guys can see, the video helps to move people up the sales pipeline, right, up to where they'll be ready to buy, right, because it'll almost be irresistible. So this is why I love the sales triangle, because it presents an opportunity for content that we can really be aware of how we can address and help people, right? Because that's what it's all about. So next I'm going to go into, because remember we're talking about sales, we're talking about how the video views can turn into clients. So you guys bear with me. I know I'm kind of laying some groundwork, but you'll see why in a second. The reason why as well, there are stages of the sales process, right? There's the awareness stage, and I'll delve into these as we go along here as well. The consideration stage and the choice stage. So someone starts off with being aware of who you are, right? Then they go into a consideration phase where they're thinking about it, they're gathering information, and then the choice is where they are ready to make a decision. Now, the key here is in your sales process, it's important that you have content that is tailored to that person in each stage. Okay, so again, this is pointing to the fact that we don't just need one video, we need videos, right? And I'll explain that as we keep going on. But you want to ensure that your visitors can convert into clients, right? So from the awareness stage to the consideration to the choice. Now, what's really important as well, I want to make a note here, is that the quality of the video through these sales process stages has to be done well. I'll just say that, because of how it can increase your conversion rates, right? So we'll go over the different types of videos to produce at each stage. So here we are at the awareness stage. How can I tell if somebody is in the awareness stage? How can I tell? Here's how you can tell. They're searching for it online, right? More and more online searches today, like if you go to Google, Bing, even Facebook, a lot of those searches are being posed as questions. How many of you guys here can agree, or when you go to type something in or search something in, you're actually typing in a question? I know sometimes I am. How to do this, what to do if this happens, right? I'm in an awareness stage as a consumer at that point because I'm looking for an answer to my problem, right? I'm not looking to buy anything yet. You know, I'm just aware of the fact that I have a problem because I'm searching for it online. And just to give you guys a tip here as well, a page that has video content is 53 times more likely to show up on the first page of Google. If you guys probably already know, YouTube and Google are, you know, they're like brother and sister, right? They're in the same family now, or should I say Google owns YouTube or whatever. So it's important that video content is searchable. So this is where in the awareness stage, your goals are to present your content as a solution, right? Again, in this stage, the type of videos that are going to work are the ones that answer a specific question. So you want to present your content as a solution, and you want to do it quickly. You got to engage them quickly. Don't, you know, at the start of the video, go into your history and, you know, why you're doing this and, you know, your day. Like at that point, because you guys have probably experienced this as well, when you go to a YouTube video and all I need to know is how to find out how to do, you know, how to fix something on my computer, let's say. You guys know the annoyance, I'm sure, when you go and the person is just talking. It's a super long intro. What do you guys do? I usually either skip ahead if I'm feeling like, you know, this person, maybe I've searched too many, or I'm just going to go to the next person, right? It's important that your video content is engaging your prospects quickly. So introduce yourself really quickly and get straight to the point, right? So, and the other thing that's really important in the stage is don't try to sell them. Don't try to sell them at this stage. They just need to know the answer to their problem, right? And the best thing you can do at that point is to just simply provide value, right? Answer their question. And of course, you can have your contact information, but you don't want to sell. You just want to give them what they're looking for. And then, of course, you want to direct them to your website or other page afterwards. Now, the types of videos that work really, really well for this are FAQs, right? What are the most frequently asked questions that you get from your prospects, from your clients, right? These are the type of videos that you can create and that can be searchable, right? You can title and optimize the title of these videos to start off with a how-to, right? Or the best ways to really address how you can help them. This is also, of course, how-to or tips videos, and even advertisements as well, right? Because if people are searching for these things, they'll be able to find them more easily, more quickly. So I'm actually going to show you guys a quick example of a how-to video or a tip video that we did with a local consulting company that does a lot of LinkedIn training. You guys know how complex the LinkedIn platform can be, and she provides a lot of really, really great insight into how you can do certain things. So I'm going to show you guys a glimpse of it. Hopefully this works and that you guys can hear it well. So let's just go for it.
LinkedIn is the most amazing 24/7 networking site, but sometimes it's difficult to get in touch with the people we're most interested in contacting. Today I'm going to show you how to actually send messaging to people you are not first-degree connections with a number of different ways without actually having to pay for in-mails. The first way I'm going to show you is by messaging through groups.
All right, so I'm not going to play this entire thing, but hopefully you guys get the point here. She is providing value, right? Because people always have questions to her about how do I do my messaging online, you know, through LinkedIn. And so she's been able to do that very, very well. And we actually produced a bunch of content that to this day is still working for her to just provide value. And because of that, people see her. She actually told me that one time she went to go speak at an event, and the people that were sitting at her table with her were like, oh my God, I've seen all your, like they thought she was a star. So, you know, as a default, there might be some fame to this thing, right? So anyway, again, at the awareness stage, it's really important that you're providing value, engaging them, and getting to the point to help them, okay? So here we are at the next stage. You guys are still with me. Just give me some yeses in the chat. I see here, Michael, you had a quick question. You said these are all big companies. You work with us little guys. Yes, and I'm not going to call you little guy because you probably are doing amazing things. But yeah, we work with all companies of all sizes. So jumping back in, here we are at the consideration stage, right? This is where somebody is now they're officially a, you know, the searcher has become a website visitor, you know, and that's where we know they're in consideration stage. When they come to your website, they're considering, right? They know what problem that they have, and they've actually started researching solutions to their problem, right? Or else why would they be on your site? So they know they have a problem and they started searching for solutions, and they're on your site now. I must say that quality at this stage is hugely important, right? Because you're giving a really good impression of who you guys are. So let me show you guys. So the goals here at this stage are to convince them that your company is the best solution, right? You want to convince them, you want to impress them with your brand. Really go full blast into this stage, because this is where somebody who is, you know, they know they have a problem, now they're on your site, we need to push them along to the final stage, right? So we want to make sure that we're impressing them with our brand and what we can do. You can also, at this consideration stage when they're on your website, provide additional education. So this is key as well. So the types of videos that work extremely well here, of course, is a brand or company overview. An explainer video, right? An explainer video is more so just going into addressing what the problem is, explaining how your product specifically works, right? So if you have, actual technology, or you have a actual product or service, right? You want to explain what that process is. And you can also do what's called a culture video. So culture is more so actually showing behind the scenes of what it's like to work with you, right? To show behind the scenes of what you guys actually do, right? Maybe you are in a, in a warehouse or something like that, and you're showing your team, right? Showing your team at this stage as well really shows that you know how to solve their problem, right? That you can do the job. So next I'm going to show you guys another example that we're really excited for. This is for a trucking company who essentially they needed to explain their capabilities, right? They have pretty decent website traffic, and they were noticing that it needed to do more. And so now that they've added this company overview, which explains a little bit about their history and what they do exactly, they're now able to bring people from, just seeing just a static website to actually seeing the inside and out of their company. So I'm going to show this to you guys as well. Let's see, here we go. All right. This did not play, hold on. Here we go.
In 1946, Herman R. Ewell founded H.R. Ewell Incorporated with one goal: to provide the highest service levels in bulk food transportation. Today, with operations that span coast to coast and into Canada, we provide the industry leaders in food and drink manufacturing various types of transportation services, including dry bulk, liquid sweeteners, and chocolate, along with other bulk food-grade products. Our leadership in the industry has given us the edge to provide specialized knowledge, equipment, and experience to our customers. Privately owned and operated with corporate offices in the heart of Pennsylvania Dutch country, our shop provides second-to-none service to our equipment, and our kosher-certified wash bay provides various wash services. In choosing H.R. Ewell, you can be confident that your reputation and the safety and integrity of your products will be protected by the experience of the leader in food bulk transportation. At H.R. Ewell Incorporated, excellence is key.
All right, so you guys get an idea here of that video. I love that video because it's I don't know, it's just so neat. They're in the cornfields and we're able to get some really great views. And the best part of all is working for them. So here we are now. So we talked about the awareness stage, the consideration stage, and now we're at the choice stage, right? This is where somebody is ready to make a decision. So your goal at this stage is you want to brag about yourself, right? But the best way to do that is through your clients, right? You want to let your clients do the sale for you. So because your visitor has pretty much done their research, maybe they've had a conversation with you and they're ready to choose, which company they feel like is the best fit, if it's you, if it's someone else, whatever. At this stage, you want to, kind of show off a little bit, right? But the best way to do it is through your clients. You want to convince them that you can get the job done, right? Because you've done it several times before. The types of videos, of course, you probably already know: client testimonials, review videos, or even case studies, right? These work powerfully for really demonstrating from the mouth of from your happy clients, right? What things have worked and how you can continue to help them as well. They can actually see themselves in the shoes of your previous clients. So the choice stage is really, really important. And those are the types of videos that serve that section really, really well. So I'm going to show you guys now a really quick clip here of a case study. So we work with a company who essentially uses technology and integrates them into museum exhibits and displays. And so they wanted to showcase through the testimonials of their clients how well their technology has worked in their space.
Interactive mechanics helped us build some truly dynamic experiences within the exhibit, and we're so pleased with the work that they did for us. We wanted to create an exhibit about what was going on in prisons today. Some high-level concepts around poverty and incarceration, around race and incarceration, could be best captured in an interactive exhibit.
So we have all these drawings of that idea of asking visitors to think, what are prisons for? We have it as beanbags on a tabletop, as poker chips in tubes, all these various ways to let visitors explore their own values. But all of them were just not practical for 500 people a day coming through our exhibit and really getting into the nuance of it.
So you guys can clearly see here, this entire video is narrated by their client, right? They're the ones who essentially manage and set up these displays. This is actually at Eastern State Penitentiary, which is in Philadelphia. And you guys can see that and they actually are utilizing this on their blog as well as in other materials to show how their technology can be incorporated into their client spaces. So this is a great way to, again, at that choice stage, to convince somebody that you are the right people to work with, right? They have the quality, they have exactly what I need. These people seem very happy to work with them, right? These things are what convince us then to move on to the next phase. All right, so I know I'm saying a lot right here. Before we move on, I want to make sure you guys are still with me. Give me a yes in the chat if you are still with me. Just give me a yes. All right, yes, thank you guys. Still with me? What do you guys think about the videos? Tell me what you think here. Are these, tell me what you think. I just love getting people's opinions on the videos themselves. Tell me guys, what are you guys thinking here? I hope you guys say they look good. Thank you guys, thank you. Yeah, it's, yeah, the trucking piece, Jennifer, I love that one because, again, like, these trucks actually carry, like, sugar and liquid chocolate. They pick up stuff from, I think, the M&M factories and Hershey factories, and they transport these things. So it's always really, really neat to work with neat companies. Thanks, Yana. You said they're fresh, clear, and professional. Like you said, fresh because we're Fresh Level Productions, right? All right, so moving on. Here's the other thing that I want to reiterate to you guys. One video is clearly not enough anymore. I hope you guys can see that through the sales process, there have to be different types of videos that hit everybody at each of these stages. And the same video, unfortunately, probably will not work for all of your needs. I mean, you could try to combine all those things into one video, but you could run the risk of the video going too long or being too lengthy, which we know in any of those stages, especially the first two, time is of the essence. We have to be able to provide value very quickly to the people that are with us. All right, so of course, most people are thinking at this stage, so at first I was thinking I had to do one video and partial, now you're telling me I need to do more than one? Like, oh my gosh, like, that's gonna be a whole lot of money. You can barely afford just doing one. And I say, as a side note, we do have packages where we can definitely point you in the right direction to achieve, getting multiple videos done. It's very possible and it can be affordable. So, we also, of course, get from time to time the conversation about the funds, right? What the budget is, and what are we going to get back as a result of spending and investing into video. And so, really quick, I heard this example from another marketer. He was saying that, if I was selling a brand new S-Class 2017 S-Class Mercedes-Benz for $10,000, how many of you guys would jump on that? How many of you guys would jump on a S-Class Benz, right? That's the big one, the long one, not the Maybach, but the S-Class. How many of you guys would jump on that if I was selling it for 10,000 bucks? Right. Yes. I know I would, right? Because, and why would you jump in on that? Because that you can go right up the street, right? You can sell it probably to somebody else for at least, you know, what, $80,000, $90,000 and make your money back, right? That's because you know the value that's there. So when it comes to investing in something, you want to know that you can make the money back. And that's the type of value that, you know, I strongly believe and have seen that video can provide. So I want to have a little bit of fun. As you guys remember what I mentioned before, I used to be a high school math teacher. So this is about to be like my favorite part of this presentation because we're going to do a little bit of math. But essentially, when it comes to investing in anything, right, I'm, you know, giving this specifically for video, but when it comes to it, you want to figure out, and we think in terms of breaking even, right? How many sales do I need to make in order to have made my entire and recoup my investment back, right? So here's that formula, all right? Hopefully you guys can understand. So we have your break-even point, right? That's what we're trying to find, equals the cost of video marketing, right? How much you're spending on that. Divide that by your product price. So whatever it is that you sell on average, you might have a range. What is your average product price that you charge to your clients? And then you want to subtract that from your cost to provide it, right? So in other words, that bottom half is going to be your net, like what you make. So let's say, for example, I'm just throwing out numbers here. Let's say your video cost for everything was $5 grand, right? Let's say your service on average, you make or you charge $750 and your cost to provide that service is $400. Is everybody still with me? This is so fun. So, I mean, if you guys are good in math, you know, gone through algebra, of course you can see, we would take the break-even point, put 5,000 on top, divided by 750 minus 400. That number ends up being 14.28. And of course, you know, we don't necessarily have a 0.28 client. If you do, let me know. But you pretty much just need 14 sales to break even, right? And that's something to consider. I mean, because over time, you know, let's say that you can make those 14 sales within the next 3 to 6 months as a result of this video, and you're able to track that, yo, like that was a good investment, in other words, right? If you feel like you can get those additional sales within that time period, you've made a good investment. And here's the best part. After you've broken even, right, you got your break-even point, you've recouped your money, the video doesn't go away, right? And a lot of times shelf life of video can be, you know, 1 to 2 years sometimes if you haven't put anything specific in the video related to, you know, to a time frame to say, oh, well, this is gonna, you know, we're offering this for the third quarter or something like that, right? As long as you don't confine yourself into a situation where the video expires and it's no longer relevant. After you have made those sales and you broke even, that video continues to work for you. And it continues to do the same thing it did before to help you drive in more sales. So I love explaining this part because, you know, like I said, video right now is a trend that we definitely want to be on. And I know that this is a concern for many people. It's like, well, how much is this going to cost? Because at the end of the day, we want to make it back, right? So I love explaining this concept just for that reason. So let's continue moving on. You guys are still with me. Let's jump now into the 3 ways you can turn your video views into customers. Let's jump right into it. Here's the first thing. Number 1, most people say, well, find your audience, figure out where they are. That is important, right? But more importantly, you want to get to know them, right? You guys see I have this photo here of somebody, a therapist with the person in the chair. That's actually, it's almost like that approach when it comes to really, really getting to know your audience, because here's the thing, we want to know, what do they want, right? This is what we want to get them closer to. What do they want, right? So here's a practice. List out 5 of those things and circle what's the most important thing, right? List out 5 and circle the most important thing. What is it that they want? Here's the next question you can ask them. What are the problems or struggles that keep them up at night? It's almost like a therapy session, right? What is it that they're concerned about? What are their pains? What are their struggles, right? Do that again. List out those 5 things and circle what's the most important thing. And lastly, how does this make them feel, right? Are they anxious? Are they overwhelmed? Are they concerned? Right? The objective of getting to know your audience outside of just finding them, right? We got to get deeper. We want to bring them closer to what they want, take them away from their pain, right? And make them feel better at the end of the day, right? And if you don't know these things, it's going to be really hard to put together your content and your messaging, right? And this goes into number 2. Show them what they want to see. Show them what they want to see. I think a lot of times as business owners, you know, and I'm guilty of this as well. Sometimes we present information that we want to present, right? That we think is important. Come to find out, they don't even care about that, right? As an example, let's say a fitness trainer, you know, is looking to drive a new business, you know, and he produces some videos that show their workouts, right? Really quality videos about the workouts and, you know, how they're doing this particular move and, you know, this particular maneuver to get, you know, a better ab on this side or something. You know, sometimes you can put, you know, video trainers, for example, can put out those kinds of videos, but what if their audience, especially at an awareness or a consideration stage, what if they only really care about the results, right? They've actually presented something that you know, that they as a business owner, as a fitness trainer, thought was relevant, but in reality, they probably should have shown testimonials, right? To show some before and after, right? Because that's what they want to see, right? And at the end of the day, if you're not showing them what they want and what they want to see, they're going to click away, go to the next source, go to the next video, go somewhere else, right? So we want to make sure that, again, we're showing what they want to see. And I love this meme. I just checked, and it's not always about you, right? So be sure to just keep in mind your audience and what it is that they want to see. I'm telling you guys, this will work wonders for the types of videos that you can produce, because you really want to think in terms of what will resonate with them, okay? All right, now we move to the third. We need to clearly tell them what it is that we want them to do next. And we have to make this clear. So of course, this is a call to action. So we want to develop an effective call to action based on your objective, right? If you want more awareness, maybe you want to tell them to share on social media. If you want them to sign up for a newsletter or get more information from you, right? That's a particular call to action. Maybe you have an event coming up, right? You want your objective is to get more registrants. So you want to tailor that towards that. Maybe you actually want them to give you a call or send an email or take advantage of an offer or even to make a purchase. So these are just examples of, you know, effective call to action, right? Or you can even send them to your website as another one. It's really, really important that you tell them what to do next, right? Sometimes, and you don't want to assume that after that video, they're going to think, oh, okay, now I'm going to go to the website. Most cases, it's important that you actually tell them, give them that direction, tell them where you want them to go next, all right? And here's the deal. If you've actually solved their problem, right, in the awareness stage, the consideration stage, right, they're more likely to take action, right? And if you are speaking directly to them, that's the other thing. You're giving them what they want to hear, they're more likely to take action. So it's important that these 3 steps are there, and these are the types of ways that can actually drive your video viewers to actually become clients, right? Because it's about moving them along that sales process. So I'm actually gonna jump in and give you guys a bonus, right? Here's a bonus way to get clients, leads, customers from your videos. And this is something that I'm entitled Pay to Play. I'm pretty sure you guys remember back in the day, right? Where in Facebook, you can make a post, you could, you know, tag, you know, well-known people, and you could do all these things and your reach would go so much farther. How many of you guys remember that? You know, you could get on Facebook, share it, and it was like, you know, you got all these hits, all this engagement, and it was great, right? And now, of course, as Facebook and YouTube have become more popular and more valuable, especially Facebook, I'm going to tell you guys about that. Now you have to spend a little bit, right, to get some play. So definitely utilizing Facebook ads and YouTube ads, and I don't mean hitting like the boost post. Do not do that in a way that's almost giving Facebook your money, then putting it into a putting it into a paper airplane and just throwing it out. I mean, not unless something has changed that I'm not aware of. Boosting the post is not as effective as actually getting into, let's say, the ads manager and even the power editor within Facebook to create really effective ads. The great thing about Facebook and YouTube, Facebook specifically, I can't stress this enough right now, is that you can actually target who you want to see your video, right? It's almost like putting together a really big party, and the only people that come to that party are the people who fit your specific criteria, and I mean specific. And I'm going to give you guys an example of that in a second. So with Facebook in particular, we're actually seeing anywhere from a penny to 6 cents per view, right? So to actually jump in and utilizing Facebook as a way to get a larger reach on your videos and more viewership, it's really not as expensive as most people think. So back to the targeted audience outreach piece. So we have a client who is a therapist. She works with a lot of different, moms because moms are usually the ones who are calling for this stuff, right? So here's the deal. We were able to target exactly who we wanted to see her videos, which we did a testimonial campaign. We targeted women, right? They were moms. They lived within a 10-mile radius of the office. They made over $100,000, and they were interested or had liked other Facebook groups such as Autism Cares or St. Jude's, right? And all we did was we shared testimonials specifically with those people. So here's the deal. When we advertised these videos on Facebook, these weren't going to the masses, and whoever picked. Every single video view that came across fit that exact criteria. You guys see how, to me, it's just crazy, right? And it's getting better and better. Have you guys here ever, experienced Facebook ads or done anything with advertising on Facebook before? Give me a chat here give me a note here in the chat if you have, because it's just so intriguing how you can be so specific. Mumby, yeah, okay, good. Yes, awesome. Yeah, I mean, Facebook ads is like, I just can't speak enough about it. If you haven't checked it out, definitely do so. I'm actually going to, in the future, be doing a little bit more about that, so you guys definitely stay tuned. We got a question. How do we feel about advertising on LinkedIn? LinkedIn can be a hit or miss. I do know that advertising on LinkedIn has a much higher cost than on Facebook or YouTube. So I think it really depends on your objectives and things of that nature as to where they are, right, where your audience is, and how much you are willing to invest. I haven't had a lot of experience advertising on LinkedIn, but just from my experience, just in kind of looking around and seeing that as an option, it was never really an option, especially for video right now. You guys probably see on LinkedIn, usually on that right sidebar is where you see some different advertisements, or maybe at the top banner. And specifically for video, we have not tested that out yet. We've seen so much progress even with Facebook that it's been really, really well. And here's the other thing too, is that a lot of people feel like that their audience is not on Facebook. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Everybody is on Facebook in some way, shape, or form. And you can actually, the other thing too is that Facebook owns Instagram. So you can also do Instagram ads. So there's a lot of, I don't know, I just can't stress it enough. Like, there's a lot that's there by you spending like even $100 on, on a campaign, how much that can do for you. Probably within the week, you might see anywhere between 4,000 to 6,000 views perhaps, right? Or impressions. So that therapist that I told you about that we did a targeted outreach for, like I said, to moms within 10-mile radius of the office, they made over $100,000. They liked Autism Cares type pages. Within the first 3 weeks, we had reached 10,000 impressions, right? And we had 16 new leads for them, which is huge, right? Again, it's about how can we structure our content for what our audience wants to see and hear and push them along that sales process, right? So I hope this is really helpful to you guys. Let's jump in now really quickly. If you guys have any specific questions about what I've covered, I am more than happy to answer. Maybe there's something I said too quickly or wasn't clear, or we have a question period about maybe a particular business that you have where you're looking for a specific way to do something. Does anybody have any questions? All right, we got a question here. How long on average should videos be? My answer to that is really centered around what stage they're at, right? What stage you are in the process. So you want to go from shorter videos and over time to longer videos. Because for example, you guys are sitting here watching a video that, we're going into 55 minutes. So your time is spent here because maybe you've interacted with me before, or maybe there's content that I had placed before with you guys that you saw was interesting or what have you, and now you're spending more time with me. And that just evolves over time with relationship. So if it's on the, like your company overview video, your FAQ videos, those types of things, you definitely want to keep on the shorter end. And like I said, get straight to the point and answer their question, especially on the FAQs. And on the overview videos, definitely, I usually don't go over a minute or a minute and a half for those, especially on the website. So hopefully that answered your question. As people stick around with you longer, right, and you develop relationship with them, then you can present longer videos. How many of you guys have sat and watched a 30-minute video on YouTube, right? Based on what you were needing at that point in time, based on, maybe your relationship with that particular thought leader or content producer, you thought to stick around for a little bit longer. It's about having that relationship, and the more you have, the better relationship you have over time, the longer your videos can be. All right. Who else? Any other questions? I got another question here. Is it better to host a video on your own site and advertise, or via YouTube and share, or both? It is. So let me have a follow-up question here. So is it, when you're hosting the video on your own site, usually you are using something like first of all, I wouldn't recommend just uploading a native video file to your website, right? Because video files can be rather large, and depending on your bandwidth and your website, it can slow down your website. So you do want to host your video with a particular hosting site. So there's YouTube, there's Vimeo, there's even Wistia, which is a great platform as well. So when it comes to the advertising platform as well, of course, if the video is on YouTube, that's where you could advertise that video. Another thing as well is that with Facebook, if you're talking specifically about Facebook on advertising on Facebook, you can natively upload your video there, the video file, and that's the way to do it through Facebook. Matter of fact, when it comes to posting, this is a side note, when it comes to posting your videos on Facebook, natively upload them as you would a photo, right? You guys know when you go into Facebook and you want to upload a photo, the same way you can do it with a video. That's what you want to do. To give you guys an example, we had one of our clients who we had finished the video with them, and they had a Vimeo link, I believe. They put the Vimeo link inside of Facebook just as a regular post, and she posted it. And I think that within the first couple hours or whatever, I saw it, and I told her to go back in and just natively upload the video. And so looking comparison between the two types of posts, just with her uploading the link, it got, I think, not even like 100 views. when she natively uploaded the video to Facebook, she had thousands. I mean, it was like at least 2,000 or 3,000 views by the end of that day, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason being is because Facebook doesn't want you to leave their platform, right? If you put a link or an external link, sometimes they're not going to like that, and they're going to push it down in the feed or maybe not show it as much. But if you're playing in their rules, right, playing in their sandbox, they want people to stay on Facebook, right? That's how they make money. So you want to play along with that and make sure that your videos are natively uploaded to Facebook, and you'll get way, way much more play out of doing that as opposed to just sharing a link. So I hope that answered that question. It's definitely good to have the video hosted, you know, in different places, and you can advertise, but depending on where you're advertising, you have different ways in which you upload or present that video. I hope that helps. Any other questions here? Any other questions as we start to wrap up? Awesome, awesome, my pleasure. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So we have another question here about, let's see. Yeah, this is a really, really great question here about, you know, writing the scripts for your videos, right? How should we write the script? This is really important because the script, you want to make sure it's identifying, you know, the key components of what the audience is looking for at that point in time. So we have another question. Am I going to post this for follow-up viewing? Absolutely. It's also on Facebook Live, so I know the video will be there. I'm also going to send out the replay to everybody here. So so definitely stick around and check your inboxes for that. Yep. Any other questions as we wrap up here? All right. So 2 bonus gifts I want to leave you guys with. I said I was going to do, I think I said I was going to do 1. I decided to do 2. So if you guys are interested, I love brainstorming. I love working with people to talk about specifically how video can help them, right? You guys know the frustration of not knowing where to start, you know, really being confused and wanting to make sure that your time and your money and everything is used wisely. You guys know that as entrepreneurs, as business owners, our time is money. So, you know, there is support for you guys is basically what I'm offering here. So I would love to offer you guys a customized video marketing strategy, right? This is 30 minutes with me, one-on-one. You're going to get a customized plan, and you get a recording from our call. That way you can refer it if you want to share it with your team, or even have your team on the call with us. Will be perfect. I have a strategy and a methodology that I go through. Right? There's a method to my madness that I go through to really put together a plan that's going to work to help to bring in more sales and to increase conversions for your company. This is something that we usually value at about $3.99, but I am offering it for free to everybody that's here joining the webinar. And if you are interested in scheduling that, you can just simply text my video, one word, text that to 44222. Okay, just text that there, and you'll get some prompts there for how you can schedule that with us. All right, I would absolutely love to do that. That's like one of my favorite things ever to do, is actually just to talk through strategy, right? Because you want it to be specific to your business. Your business isn't like the other person, but at the end of the day, we're all looking for sales and to grow. So it's my pleasure to offer that to you guys. So if you're interested, just text my video to 44222, or you can email us at hello@freshlevelpro. Right. The other bonus gift is access to our new resource. I am so pumped about this, you guys, because I think that this resource is going to help a lot of companies in terms of knowing what they can do, right, when it comes to video marketing. So releasing in February, you guys will get first dibs on this. I'm going to put out a training called the 5 plug-and-play video campaigns any company can use, right? We're going to go into the specifics of the type of video, right? Even the format of the script, right? Because that's important too. What do I actually say, right? What do I actually do? I often am reminded of Ricky Bobby in Talladega Nights when he was like, I'm not sure what to do with my hands here. So at any rate, this is something I'm really excited because it's going to really give some campaigns that will give you step-by-step what to do and how you can implement these video campaigns to be super, super successful. Right, so if you guys are interested in that, definitely check it out. Text that to 44222 or shoot me an email, please. We'd love to work with you guys. All right, so my last words with you guys is to commit to creating videos, right? It's something that it is new, it is, but at the same time, it's not new, right? So it's really important that in your business that you develop a strategy for how you can consistently be in front of your audience, right? Especially when it comes to your sales process. You know, don't put out a video just to do it. Commit to creating really effective video. And you guys see I put a bold on the S because one video is not going to serve all of your needs. Okay, that's the key here. So I hope that this has been helpful. You guys, my information is right here below, and I actually included here as well. Definitely reach out to us. It's our website, email, my phone number, where you can follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Definitely reach out. I am definitely grateful for the opportunity. I'm going to see if there's any other last minute questions here before we wrap up. But what did you guys think about the webinar? Did you enjoy it? Give me a yes or a no, or any feedback that you have would be appreciated. Just leave it here in the chat box for me. But it's been my pleasure to be with you guys and to hang out for a bit. This is something that we are going to do on a monthly basis. So I would love for you guys to come back, check out more. Thank you guys. Thank you. Oh, thanks guys. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. So yes, if you are, you know, in the Philadelphia area, you know, we have an office downtown there. Come and visit me anytime. But I'm definitely appreciative.